Hello and Happy New Year! It's our first cooking video for 2025 and this year we are shaking things up.
So as you know, over the past few years we have tried a lot of different Catholic cookbooks, and there are still recipes in some of them that we would love to try.
At the same time, we have a whole bunch of literary cookbooks. These are all tied to different books. And since we're avid readers here, and we know that a lot of you are too, we would love to try some of the recipes from these books.
So this year, we are going to be combining both worlds. Some months we're going to be trying a new to us Catholic cookbook as per usual operations.
And then some months we'll be revisiting an old favorite Catholic cookbook, but we'll also be trying a new to us literary cookbook.
Which is what we plan on doing in January.
So I got this book, A Literary Tea Party, for Christmas, and it's such a fun book. It has recipes from lots of different famous novels, and when I saw it I thought, there is no way we are not cooking from this book on our channel. So we're super excited to share it with you today. And the first recipe we're trying from this one is the recipe for toasted cheese buns from Treasure Island by Robert Louis Stevenson.
We are also going to be trying the London Fog Lattes from The Adventure of the Copper Beeches by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, so one for all the Sherlock Holmes fans.
At the same time, we're going to be revisiting 12 Months of Monastery Soups. This was one of the very first Catholic cookbooks we ever cooked from on our channel, and from that we are trying out the Saint Sarapin Soup.
So Saint Seraphim meets the pirates, meets Sherlock Holmes. This could be interesting.
So we're starting today with the Saint Sarapin Soup because it is a super cold day outside and we want to get the soup simmering so we can go on and do our other cooking. Also, Saint Seraphim has just seemed to be popping up a lot here lately. You know how that happens sometimes? You start seeing and hearing about a certain saint just out of nowhere.
So when we saw this recipe, we knew that we had to try it. And Saint Seraphim was a Russian monk who lived the life of a hermit in the late 1700s, early 1800s.
His life was similar in a lot of ways to the great desert fathers like Saint Anthony of Egypt. We just celebrated his feast day on January 17th, and he is a favorite here. So Saint Seraphim's life was very similar. He gardened, he was a hermit, he spent a lot of time in prayer.
He was also an animal lover and a wonder worker, and the Blessed Mother appeared to him multiple times, so he's been very cool to learn about.
So we're just hoping that his soup will live up to his stellar reputation.
So to make the soup, you need rice, carrots, peppers. We just have some frozen ones we're using up, butter, onion, parsley, salt and pepper, and it calls for saffron, which we do not have, so we are subbing in paprika. So we first melted our butter in our big pot, and then added the rice and stirred this together before adding in the water. Then we added in the peppers and the onions along with the carrots and stirred that all up. Added in the parsley and covered it. And at the very end, we added salt and pepper and the paprika. And then it wasn't quite seasoned enough, so we added chicken bouillon.
Okay, now on to the recipes from A Literary Tea Party by Alison Walsh. This book is so much fun. It has so many great recipes that tie into novels that we all have read, and it has great pictures.
And a lot of the recipes have a recommended beverage or tea that pairs really well with it. So that's kind of fun and helpful.
So it's really hard to decide which recipes we wanted to try from this book. However, the picture for the toasted cheese buns, that just really drew us in on this cold day. Also, Treasure Island is such a fun book, and we have fond memories of doing it as a family read aloud way back in the day.
So to make this recipe, you will need bread dough. We made ours yesterday in the bread machine. Then green onions, garlic, olive oil, and cheddar cheese. You will need some that is cubed and then some that is shredded. So we started with dicing up the green onions, then added the garlic into the bread dough, as well as the onion pieces, and just folded those all together. Then we split the dough into 8 pieces and added in the cubes of cheddar cheese, just folding the dough over top. Then we brushed them with oil and put the cheese on top and put them in the oven.
So now it's time to try the London Fog Lattes, inspired by Sherlock Holmes and the adventure of the Copper Beeches. So one of the neat things about this cookbook is that it has quotes from all the different books in it. So to put us in the mood, Kate's going to read the quote from Sherlock Holmes.
It was a cold morning of the early spring, and we sat after breakfast on either side of a cheery fire in the old room at Baker Street. A thick fog rolled down between the lines of dun-colored houses, and the opposing windows loomed like dark, shapeless blurs through the heavy yellow wreaths.
So that's just a really cool feature of this book, all the quotes. It also has a section in the back that walks you through how to make your own tea blends. So that's also really neat.
So to make this London Fog, you need milk, Earl Grey tea bags, honey, and an extract of your choice, really. The book says coconut, but we looked it up. It doesn't really matter all that much. So we are going to do almond extract because that's what we have. So we heated up both the milk and the water. And when it was boiling, we put it into the big measuring cup and added all the tea bags. When those were steeped, we put them into the blender and added in the almond extract as well as the honey. Then we set that going and added half the milk, mixed it, added the other half of the milk, made sure it was good and frothy, and then poured it out. And we added the extra foam on top.
We're up to our favorite part, the tasting part. Starting with the London Fog Latte, we'll see. Very good.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
It is, it's very nice. Not too sweet, but I don't know, it's just really good.
It's nice balance
Yeah.
of black tea with the light sweetness from the honey.
Definitely a winner.
So now we're going to try the cheese biscuit.
The
thingies.
Treasure Island
Those.
cheese biscuits. They smell so good. How much fun is that? Yeah, these are really good. They'll go great with the soup, hopefully. Yeah. Fun.
Nice and cheesy.
I'm too busy eating to comment. We did cook these a little bit longer than the suggested time, but we think because we had made our own bread dough, it was more than the pound that was suggested in the book. Now we're down to the St. Sarapin Soup. It's very hot. Doesn't look like I thought it would. It's a thicker soup than we thought. Monks gotta eat. Definitely needs more seasoning.
So there's definitely not a lot of seasoning in it as the recipe stands. As you saw, we added the chicken bouillon into it just to give it something a little bit more, but it could still use more
salt.
seasoning, more salt.
Maybe the monks ate it without seasoning to be penitential, but it's not Lent yet, so I think we're gonna add more salt. Okay, trying it again with more salt.
Better.
That's definitely better,
Yeah.
and it's really good, honestly.
It is good. Once you bring that flavor out, it's really good.
The peppers really give it an extra something, I don't know what, but yeah.
Nice hearty winter soup.
And it's a little bit different from your run-of-the-mill soup. I don't know why, it's just got some different qualities to it. I don't know, it would be a nice change in your soup rotation. It has been a full day of cooking here, but we had 3 winners. Hooray! Off to a good start for the new year.
It's been a long time since that happened.
So now we have to decide which one was our favorite recipe of the 3, and
I'm going with the soup. Once you get enough salt in there, enough flavoring, it's really good.
it is really good. I'm going with the London Fog Latte only because it was so surprisingly good. I felt like you could easily get this at a coffee shop and pay $6 for the size cup we had. So, but really any of these recipes are really, really good.
And this could be a great meal for Lent. You have a hearty non-meat soup with the cheese bread, put it all together. Yes, that's eaten well for Lent.
I know, that doesn't feel very penitential. Also, I think that meal would be really good if you had to prepare a meal train meal, especially if you had someone who was a vegetarian. Yeah, so very good recipes.
It's good all around.
Good all around. All right, so 3 cheers for this combination of cookbooks.
Yep.
Made us happy here on this cold day in January.
So that was our Catholic cooking for January. Let us know down in the comments if you have tried either of these cookbooks and what you thought.
So thank you for watching. We hope your new year is off to a great start, and we will see you in the kitchen next month. Bye.